I love the idea of gardening.
Sorry, buddy. At least you have each other.
Whether I excel at it is another conversation entirely. I have zero green thumb. In the spirit of my Swedish death cleaning saga, I am taking you along outside as I spruce up the exterior of our home and to the depths of our kitchen cupboards. I might slip into Narnia in here. Watch out, Billy Goat, which should be a relatively easy project. How long do lentils last? When's the last time we ate lentils? I don't even like lentils. I'm also going to walk you along a client project that I've proposed this week, which is all about the outdoors. Welcome to Paige Gray Studios in real life.
What Swedish Death Clean would be complete without a little patio renovation, or at least sprucing up for spring? So that's what I'm going to do today. And you're going to come along for the ride, because nothing is more satisfying than getting rid of a year's worth of mold and mildew in an instant. Every year, I think that I'm going to be great at keeping things alive. And to all you plant mamas out there, hats off, because mine end up looking like this. Poor thing. Makeshift coffee table from last year. Let's get rid of all the dead things first. Oh my goodness. Sorry, buddy. At least you have each other. Oh. Hello, old friend. We meet again. You are small but mighty, you cute little thing. I don't think it would be entirely harmful to spray these down. What can't you wash with a power washer? Probably a lot of things. Let's find out. I wonder if you can power wash cushions. Do you want to find out with me? Take a while to dry out. It's okay. It wouldn't be a true West Coast spring unless it took 3 different seasons to shift. We get winter, then we get fall spring, and then we get winter again. Usually spring break, we get a nice big hit of snowfall. And then we get a second fall spring where like little crocuses start to come out of the ground. And then maybe a lot of rain. And then some sunshine. So I've got some time for all of this furniture to dry out. Don't worry, little buddies. Just don't look over the balcony. This is my hat trick. Use it or don't. But I just do that and call it a day. These are from Costco. I think they were like 2 for $20. And what I did is I went to Home Depot and I got these cute little plastic planters and I just flipped it upside down so that it lifts these guys up. And I just plunk them right in there. Voila. Oh, that is very wet. Oh my lordy.
For this project, the clients have shared some stunning inspiration photos. I'm going to share those with you while I highlight their goals. Overall, we want a very simple, minimal approach. We want it to be comfortable and be able to expand for larger groups of entertaining. And we also want it to be transitional. They want to keep this patio furniture out year-round. You can see from their inspiration photos that they're drawn to natural, beautifully textured pieces. Right now they have a couch and all the pieces and cushions are separate. They're finding that the cushions slip around a lot and they're always tidying them up. So something with a little bit more quality is going to go a long way. Another thing I prioritize when taking on virtual interior design clients is what is local to them. In this case, my clients are really specific. They want to sit in and feel the furniture before they buy it. And by all means, we can make that happen. Let's walk through the current space. I'm going to show a video here. It is essentially a giant football field with a gorgeous view. All too often, it's the case where spaces can almost feel too big, and the best way to tackle that imposing feeling is to break the large spaces up into specific zones. Here is the floor plan I've proposed for the project. We're going to allow the entertaining to flow between two distinct zones, one for lounging and entertaining and the other for dining. In this arrangement, they can comfortably entertain 3 to 4 couples and also shift between zones. Let's take a look at my product recommendations for this space. With a modest starting budget of $6,000, they've also allowed me a little bit of a longer leash so that they can take on this project in phases if needed. This is all too often the case with virtual interior design projects, and it works really well because your investment with me is up front, and then you can spread out your spending as you need over your own schedule. Custom is out of the scope here, but I want it to visually feel higher quality than a building store brand, so I'm turning to brands that are newer to the outdoor furniture game. We're going to turn to Article for the outdoor table, which comes in this beautiful teak color. Also pairing with IKEA chairs. These beautiful little rope woven chairs are perfect. They are on point for the budget. I love how they tie in some existing furniture that we're going to repurpose in the lounge area. We are going to anchor the space with a really earthy vibe. Everything on this patio is currently feeling very gray and dreary, and on the west coast of the Pacific Northwest, we have a lot of gray, rainy days. So we're going to brighten it up with some neutral area rugs that really define each space, but tie them together by making them the same area rug, and that way visually they flow really well. For the lounge area, we want to make it really comfortable for couples and kids. And that means, as lovely as individual chairs are, really only one person can sit there at a time. Ideally, I would love to see 3 large sofas or a pair of sofas and a love seat in this space. And we're going to turn to Urban Barn. This is a beautiful and economical brand, but also my clients can go to their stores and sit in the furniture. Looking to the side of this space, it has these dividers that keep privacy between them and their neighbors. And I feel as though adding a tiered layer of greenery where the deck hits this divider would be really beneficial, not only to kind of hunker in and make the space feel more cozy, but also add a little green touch to the space. Now, my clients have gone ahead and shared with me that they don't love gardening, so we're gonna do a faux greenery in an elongated black contemporary planter. We're gonna finish this space off with some beautiful outdoor accessories in throw pillows, and also add some very intentional throw blankets for when it gets chilly. Today, we tackle the kitchen. This has been an underlying problem since we bought this house. I'm gonna upload some photos of what this kitchen started out as, because although it's not done and there are still large chunks of cabinetry yet to be finished, we have come a long way in this space. And the best part is we did it on a budget. So this entire kitchen is actually off of Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. It came across Facebook Marketplace. Some guy down island was selling it. It was a 2-year-old kitchen, and he was a paraplegic who had recently gotten some Veterans Affairs funding to replace his kitchen. If you hear toddlers, it's just because they are here too. Anyway, his kitchen was replaced for him at the expense of the government, and so he posted this kitchen on sale on Facebook Marketplace, and inch for inch, it worked exactly what we needed for our space. Where should I start? Do I do a left to right, or do I do a top to bottom? I think getting caught up in the logic is not gonna help me here. Honestly, it doesn't matter because it's all gonna get done anyway. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a running start and do a cabinet corner that I know is gonna yield some positive results, and we will go from there. Oh, good heavens. You need to see this. This is bad. Who else can relate to a cupboard like this one? Okay, this is gonna be a great place to start. We're gonna start there. My Oma actually bought me this because the very first basement suite I ever lived in had a gas stove that was like super gross and leaky. And she bought me this grill, and I cooked every single meal of my first year of university where I lived on my own on this grill. But I don't think I've used it since. Perhaps it's ready for the next student. I see people's gifts in here, so if you are watching and you see something that you gave us, I'm sorry in advance. It's not necessarily that we don't use it. It's just that it disappeared into the void. I would love to stop in the midst of all of this because I just received an order from Mint. These ladies are based out of Ucluelet on Vancouver Island. They are locally run and operated. They have all natural, beautiful cleaning ingredients, and I have come to love them in my own home. I was super skeptical of things like dishwasher tabs and glass cleaner, and when you are impressed by those two items, you have no reason not to love all the rest of their goods. And they offer these refill pouch packs, which are so economical. So you only have to invest once in your pump, and then the rest of it comes in these lovely little baggies that are recyclable, which is fantastic. I have to pause my cleaning adventures and make dinner. I'm going to make roast, which I have only done once before in my life, but I thought it might be fun to bring you along and we could make dinner together. This roast came in a 2-pack, so I'm actually gonna cook the smaller of the two for John and I tonight and save the big one for another time when we can host more people. As an almost accidental vegetarian, it's not my favorite thing to cook meat, but I also lack protein in my life. I do the best I can in whatever capacity I can to get more of it into my body, but sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet. Okay, so good knob of butter, generous little sea salt, and cracked black pepper, and that's it. So it's gonna go into a 450 oven for, I don't know, like half an hour to sear off, and then we're gonna cover it and lower the temperature a little bit and let it finish cooking. Please don't burn, as if you have any control over the situation. I take full responsibility. We're gonna take a left to right approach. We're gonna keep going in this general direction. I genuinely have no idea what exists beyond the realm of the 6-inch mark. Does anybody else have SOS pads because they grew up with SOS pads but have no idea how to use SOS pads? Ah! The tea towel drawer. I have moved these like too many times. No, we're still not past this. I used to have an unhealthy obsession with perfect things. And these plates I bought at a time in my life where I didn't have a house for myself. And I always imagined that when I did, I would have people over for dinner and I would want to make beautiful meals on perfect plates. I've always had them in my cupboard and never used them. And now the plates that we use every day, Jonathan and I found at a thrift shop in Summerland, and they are the most boring, basic. You find this lifestyle brand with the speckle, they're everywhere. They're in every discount thrift store imaginable, and we found them, and now every time I come across them, I pick up more pieces to it. It's not fancy, and yet it's what we love, and it's what we use every single day. So I'm going to donate these white plates or sell them on Facebook Marketplace, and call that a chapter done. The roast is looking good. We have had about half an hour now where it has seared the top, so I'm gonna turn the oven down and it's gonna roast at 350 for the rest of the time. If anyone else has a love-hate relationship with their air fryer, we can be friends. I don't like it on my counter. I hate looking at it, but it is so snazzy in a pinch. We eat chicken and rice probably, I want to say at least 5 times a week. And we just simply put chicken thighs in the air fryer with a little bit of seasoning. And it does wonders for our family in terms of keeping us on track with our goals, with food, and just keeping ourselves healthy. So as ugly as it is, it does have a lot of benefit to our lifestyle. And this is a classic situation where for design purposes, you hate it, but for your life, it really works. And design should work for your life first. Along with our roast for dinner, we're gonna make smashed potatoes. I just buy these cute little potatoes in the bag ready to go. Boil them up so that they're almost all the way cooked, and then drain them and smash them on a cookie sheet. I'm gonna make enough potatoes to pair with the meat that I'm making, and that way we have leftovers for a few days. I have a feeling this next cupboard is gonna have a lot of garbage just because it is my baking cupboard, but I don't bake. So how long baking accoutrements last without going stale is just like, I don't know enough about baking to know that flour can live for 7 years. So I think it's probably just best that I throw it out. I might slip into Narnia in here. Watch out, Billy Goat. All I have for you is flour. Endless amounts of flour. And absolutely zero wherewithal to make you anything with it. Follow me for more baking tips. My mom made the best Christmas baking out there. I remember one time my aunties and my cousins showed up, and we had a ladies' afternoon where all of us came home from school early and went and just doused our entire kitchen in flour and made every Christmas recipe for baking that you could possibly imagine. That's a core memory right there. Make something with that. I'm sure people say that every time they go to make something and then they never do. Oh, I should really do something with that. Cornmeal. What did I buy cornmeal for? What do you even do with cornmeal? Make a meal out of corn? How long do lentils last? When's the last time we ate lentils? And I'm covered in icing sugar. Ain't no other man as you. Ain't no other man as you. We found this recipe for Chinese chicken wings in the crawl space, and I brought it up because the handwriting, I don't know what about it, just tells me like it would be really good. Should we try this out? I did fairly well. I feel like I didn't get hung up on a lot per se. The kitchen was easier to toss things. Overall, it looks, inside the cupboards looks great. Now I just need to go around behind myself and put all of this into the donate pile. I've gotten 2 bags of garbage and 2 huge bins of donate, which I'm really happy with that. The last thing to do for dinner is to smash these potatoes. I'm gonna walk you through how I do that. It is the easiest thing in the world and everybody loves these. Again, I am not chefy, but if you can pretend to be, why not? So these have been parboiled. I left them in a little bit long because they're kind of mushy. I'm gonna get a potato masher from my newly cleaned drawer, along with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. So we just take our potato masher and push them. You hear my daughter, she's just in the background. These are also very kid-friendly, these potatoes. What kid doesn't like potatoes? Those are done. Drizzle with olive oil, I'm a little bit liberal with it. Whoa, that's a little bit more than liberal. It's all right. Get yourself a good quality olive oil. That makes all the difference. This is Vancouver Island sea salt. And then pepper. And then a little sprinkle of rosemary makes all the difference. And you just pop this in the oven until they get nice and crispy. If you've enjoyed this video, your support means more than you know. If you'd like to subscribe or like this video, leave me a comment. I would love to chat with you further. This allows me to continue bringing interior design advice directly into your home, and nothing makes me happier.